I, Dr D Rajasekar, Professor of Ahmed Business School, having 17 years of experience. Now, today we are going to have a discussion on the major important subject called legal aspects of shipping business. In this, one most important concept called classification of companies. So, any person, those who are having an idea to register a shipping company, there are various classification of companies used to come under one specific act called Companies Act 2013. In this, first of all, let you have to know what is meant by company. See, company is a incorporated association. Incorporated means the certificate of incorporation used to issued by the Register of Companies. As per this act, there are four major headings or four major authorities are there. One is MCA, Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Point number 2, the Register of Companies. Point number 3, Regional Director. Point number 4, National Company Law Tribunal or National Company Law Appellate Tribunal. Under these four authorities only, any person, whereas they are having an idea to register the company, first of all, they should upload the various documents in one website called mca.gov.in. Say for example, X is a person, one who having an idea to register the company may have one doubt. What type of company he may have right to register and how to proceed for such registration means, as I told, this website which might be very much useful for the person, those who are having an idea to register the company, and at the same time the person he should comes to understood that there are various classification. First classification, the basic classification is private company and public company. So commonly, most of the companies are used to register under the private company or else public company. What is the major difference between these company? The private company means minimum 2 persons are required to form, whereas maximum unlimited, no, restricted to 200. Now restricted to 200. Public limited company, minimum 7, maximum unlimited. This is the first major difference between the private company and public company. Whereas you may have doubt, sir, in these two, people are showing interest to register what classification of company. Another important classification in the recent days, which is more popular to register, called LLP, called Limited Liability Partnership Companies. So in these three, where when we are going to see some difference, private company, public company, limited liability partnership company. Here I told 2 members, and here minimum 7 members. But what about limited liability partnership? Minimum 2 partners. And here in private or public limited companies, the directors' roles are very much important. And any person, those who are having an idea, first of all, they should know to reserve the name. First, name is very much important. Point number 2, location is very much important. Point number 3, what type of business you are going to start. Point number 4, where you are going to register. The reason is, in case if your registered office is located at Chennai, all the communications to be reached to the registrar of companies, which is located at Shastri Bhavan. So likewise, there are various registrar of companies are presented in our country. In our state alone, there are 2 major places we can able to see to communicate with the registrar of companies. One from Chennai, another one from Coimbatore. So likewise, each and every person may have an idea to start to any shipping companies which is required to be registered with, as I told, either under private company or public company. Now limited liability, see, in this private company or public companies, shareholders' role is very much important, especially even the public limited company also. There are 2 basic classification. One is listed public company, another one is unlisted public company. Listed means where the shares are used to trade with the help of stock exchange. These companies are used to called as listed public companies, and whereas the companies which are not going to trade with the help of stock exchange is called as unlisted public companies. But here the private companies, where they can able to raise the share capital with the help of private placement. But in the public company, offers. It is called as IPO, initial public offering. Through the public offer, they can able to raise the capital. Limited liability, in the formation of company itself, you can able to get the answer. The partners, those who are presented in this classification of companies, they won't come under unlimited liability. They used to come under only limited liability, which means they are liable as they agreed or entered with a contract. That contract is called as LLP agreement among the partners or partners with the company. So this is the major and important point which is required to be presented in LLP. All the partners, they won't come under unlimited liability. They used to come under only limited liability. That's why in the recent days, either two, one is the private companies are more popular with regard to shipping and logistics, or else slowly there is a gradually the growth of one important classification of companies called as LLP. As I told, you can be able to pool your capital with the help of issuing the shares to the public, which is required in public company. But sir, I am only a one person, but I am having an idea to register my company like a sole trader. Is there any other classification which can be applicable for this type of in this type of situation? Means yes, the only one person may have an idea to register the company is called as one person company. So even in this one person company also, the registration process are required to proceed with same the registrar of companies. Registrar of companies is the authorized person in giving the certificate of incorporation. This certificate of incorporation is a conclusive document for each and every person. Those who holding the document may have right to start or commence the business. In this case, if you are having any idea to start any of these classification of business, yes, you are can take the decision in order to choose either private company or public company, or the third one, what I told, the limited liability partnership, or the last one is one person company. With this, there is the classification of companies, there is no restriction. Say for example, apart from this, small company is there, holding company is there, subsidiary company is there, government company is there, associate company is there, producer company is there, dormant company is there, foreign companies are there. So likewise, there are other classification of companies. But for the today's class, I want to give this basic information about these are the major classifications, whereas the people are showing very much interest in registering their companies with register of companies. Another one is foreign company, whereas the company incorporated outside India, but they are doing place of business in our country. Even this may be come under foreign company. So these another multinational companies. It's an example of multinational companies. Foreign companies used to come under specific classification. And small company, there is a recent amendment in the small companies. It is not a public company. Small company means whereas they paid up capital for 4 crores and turnover same way 40 crores means which is less than 4 crores or 40 crores means these type of classification of companies can be called as only a small company. But small company which depend upon basis of categories, we can decide ourselves, as I told, paid up capital and turnover. But the rest of the companies which is not like that, the various logistic providers where they having an idea to start the business means in the recent days only the private company as well as limited liability partnership. So through this the basic introduction on the classification of companies, if you are having any idea to start any of the classification, there is a most important website called mca.gov.in, Ministry of Corporate Affairs.gov.in. While referring this website with tomorrow's session, once you have referred this website, the rest of the practical things we are going to discuss with various documents, how to upload by yourself with the help of two important basic information. One is run facility. The run means reserve unique name. If you decided to reserve the company name means this facility which might be very much useful for you, and not like that, sir, I have decided to upload all the online documents, whereas I am having an idea to register my company with single slot of uploading the documents means. For us, another important information which I would like to present for you called SPICE facility. SPICE, SICE, called Simplified Proforma Incorporating Company Electronically. All the e-forms that you can able to upload through this facility, it is easy for you to register the company. So there are two important facilities, whereas for the name, run facility is applicable. For uploading all the documents, SPICE facility is applicable. With this, today's session, we are going to conclude. Tomorrow's session, kindly refer that website and come. We are going to discuss on various practical aspects of how to upload the documents. Thank you all.